Revenge films.
My name is Haley. I live with my husband and my daughter. My daughter is in the first grade in elementary school, and she's very sweet. My parents' house is close by, so we often visit them. I have a brother, but his wife is very shady, and it bothers me. My brother's wife also has a daughter who's in kindergarten, and at every occasion she demands something from my husband and I. For example, Nora had a recital today, so send us some money to congratulate her. Huh? It's a recital, right? That's right! She worked really hard. Well, I think giving congratulatory money is a bit of an exaggeration. Excuse me? Are you saying your niece isn't cute? I'll tell your brother. I wonder how your brother would feel if he knew that his own sister said his daughter wasn't cute. She would say something like that, and other times, next month is Nora's birthday, so send her the toys she wants, clothes and allowance. She would say something like this. It's not that I don't like Nora, but every time she demands something very expensive or asks for money, it makes it a little difficult for me to deal with her. However, she was my brother's wife, so I couldn't treat her badly. I was having a hard time. For the record, my brother's wife never once gave our daughter any presents. But I didn't want to urge her too much, so I told her in a roundabout way. My daughter's birthday is next month too. I see. Congrats! But she just says that and the conversation is over. She's like this all the time with my daughter, but she always asks for things and money for Christmas and birthdays. However, it's not easy telling her I won't give it to her if she won't give anything to my daughter. Also, my brother helped me out when I was a student, so I feel like I owe him. So I really didn't want to tell him that I had a problem with his wife. And since there was nothing strange about giving my niece a gift, I was somehow complying with my brother's wife's requests. However, my brother's wife assumed that I would listen to whatever she wanted, and on New Year's Day that year, she sent me a text that didn't make any sense. The text stated, "This year's New Year's gift for my daughter should be more than $300. Oh, and we're having steaks for New Year's, so make sure you buy the finest meat you can find. Also, although you're my husband's younger sister, you're still the eldest daughter, so you should give me money for transportation as a courtesy." There were so many things wrong with it that I couldn't keep quiet about it, so I sent a text back. Isn't that too much money for a New Year's gift in any way? We're a normal salaried family, so that's impossible. What? I'm not related to you by blood. You should be thankful I'm willing to go to your parents' house. If I go back to my own family, my parents will give my daughter a lot of allowance. But since I'm going to my in-laws' house, I'm missing out on that chance. So you should be the one to pay for it, right? No, you could just have your parents send the money. New Year's gifts are supposed to be given to each other in the first place, so are you going to give it to my daughter too? You live close to your parents, so you probably get a lot of allowance from them on a regular basis. That's why you don't get it from me. I was so confused by what my brother's wife was saying that I was just dumbfounded. Also, my mother cooks turkey every New Year's, so why don't you talk to her about whether or not to have steak? Look, I'm going to your parents' house, and I don't want to eat turkey. I want to eat beef, and an expensive one at that. Also, why should I pay for your transportation? I don't think there's anything weird with going to your in-laws' house for New Year's as my brother's wife. I've never even heard of anyone getting paid to go to their in-laws' house. What the heck? I'm your brother's wife! Don't get all cheeky. Just do what I tell you. I didn't want my brother to know that I was in trouble with his wife. But it was so bad that I couldn't take it anymore, and I exploded. Then let's get a third party to decide who's right, you or me. Huh? What are you saying? A third party? That's right. I just sent this conversation to my parents and brother. Hey, what have you done? You think what you're saying is right, don't you? But I think it's absurd. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere talking to each other. So I'm gonna let my brother and mother decide which of us is right. Don't be silly! Take it back, right now! As I recall, even if I delete the text, it's still being sent over the airwaves, so I'm pretty sure it's still getting through to them. Oh my God, what have you done? Why are you being so fussy? You insisted you were right, but perhaps everything you've done has been completely absurd after all. Shut up! Shut up! After she said that, my brother's wife's text went silent, so I'm guessing she probably got a call from my mother or brother. After that, my brother contacted me first. This was, of course, news to my brother. He didn't know that my niece's toys were things I was forced to send, and my brother's wife told him that I was sending them because I insisted on it. My brother also had no idea about the congratulatory money. She didn't seem to have bought anything with the money, and he didn't know that I had given her the money, so he confronted his wife about it. Then, we found out my brother's wife spent the money I sent on buying clothes for herself. My brother seemed to be mortified by this, and it led to a riot where he came back to our parents' house with the child. Naturally, my mother found out about this and was furious with my brother's wife, who had been playing the hypocrite in front of my mother for her behavior toward me and about the turkey, and she said she didn't want to see her face. Of course, my brother's wife apologized to both of them, but it was too late. My brother told her,
"You go back to your own parents, by all means. I wouldn't bother paying you to come."
"No, that was a mistake." She tried desperately to excuse herself, but neither my brother nor my mother seemed inclined to forgive her. Later, we showed up to my parents' house on New Year's Eve, and my brother apologized to me again.
"I'm sorry. I didn't know she was harassing you all this time. I know I've caused you a lot of pain."
He treated me very gently. I'm sorry too. I couldn't resist, even though we were about to celebrate New Year's.
Idiot. You don't have to put up with anything. From now on, if there's anything on your mind, make sure you tell me, okay?
Okay. Then I went over to my husband's parents' house, only to find my brother's wife waiting for me at the door, probably having heard I was coming. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'll never say anything insane again. She got down on her knees outside and apologized to my husband and me. Apparently, my brother's wife thought my brother was really going to leave her, so she visited my parents' house during New Year's and got down on her knees every day to apologize to my brother and my mother. And they said that she should apologize to us first, since we were the ones who suffered the most. My brother's wife must have suffered a lot because she usually wears a lot of makeup, but this was the first time I saw her without it, and she looked like a wreck. I'll work a part-time job to pay back all the money I received, so please, forgive me. She was crying raggedly. She seemed to be pretty well punished, so I decided not to say anything anyway. Not to say let bygones be bygones, but on the condition that she never say anything crazy again. After that, my brother's wife originally lived a carefree life as a housewife, but at my brother's urging, she started a part-time job, and he was responsible for sending me all the money she earned. Since then, my brother's wife has become surprisingly quiet and has stopped sending any rude emails to me. I know it's because she's afraid I will forward them to my brother and mother. 6 months later, she was at my parents' house to celebrate my niece starting elementary school, and when she saw my face, she turned completely pale. It was kind of funny when she said that and got down on her knees. Well, I guess she learned her lesson pretty well from that incident.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.